Good evening and welcome to our March 5th Village Board of Trustees meeting of March 5th. We could all stand for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening and welcome to our March 5th meeting, the Village Board of Trustees. First order of business, I'd like to do a roll call. Trustee Berenger.
Berenger's present.
Trustee Ferrara.
Ferrara present.
Trustee Carl.
Carl present.
Trustee O'Connor.
O'Connor present.
Mayor Dwyer. Madam Clerk. Okay, next order of business is the approval of the meeting minutes of February 20th, 2024. I need a motion to accept the minutes as submitted by the clerk.
Carl will make that motion.
Berenger will second.
Discussion, call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferrara abstains. Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Next order of business is the resignation of Uba Umeni from the Park Commission. Resolved, the Board of Trustees accepts with regret the resignation of Uba Umeni from the Monroe Joint Park Recreation Committee effective February 22, 2024. I need to put that in the form of a motion. Someone to put it in form?
Carl will make that motion.
Second,
O'Connor will second.
call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferrara, aye. Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business is the appointment of Sal Matera to our Monroe Joint Parks Recreation Commission. Andy?
You want me to read it?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Resolved, the Board of Trustees appoints resident Salvatore Matera of Callaway Drive in Monroe as Commissioner to the Monroe Joint Parks Recreation Commission, fulfilling the unexpired term of Obaba of 3/5/24 to 12/31/28. And I'll put that in the form of a motion.
Second, please.
Carl will second that.
Is it commissioner or are there different titles? I was confused.
And they're all commissioners. I
Oh,
think
they all are, okay.
Yeah, they're all commissioners.
Okay, sorry.
I think the other one's the chairman.
Oh, I gotcha,
Yep.
okay.
Okay, so
Yep, call the question. right?
first and second, call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferrara, aye. Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Next order of business is Jim Lenari, Zoning Board of Appeals member. Trustee O'Connor.
Okay. I be
Resignation
resolved, the
first.
Board of Trustees accepts with regret the resignation of Howard Zuckerman from the Zoning Board of Appeals effective March 1st, 2024, and I'd like to put that in the form of a motion.
Second, please.
Berenger will second.
Call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferrara, aye. Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Trustee O'Connor again, please.
Be resolved, the Board of Trustees appoints James Lenari, 22 Cunningham Drive, Monroe, New York, as a member of the Zoning Board of Appeals, fulfilling the unexpired term of Howard Zuckerman as of 3/5/2024 to 3/31/2024, and I'd like to put that in the form of a motion.
Second, please.
Carl will second.
Call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferrara, aye. Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Next order of business is G. Rogero. Appointment certified voting machine field technician, G. Rogero. Resolved, the Board of Trustees hereby appoints and engages the services of County Certified Voting Machine Field Technician George Rogero of 1 Innsbrook Road, Washingtonville, New York, 10992, at the compensation of $20 per hour to assist with the March 19, 2024 village election. I need a motion to accept this.
Carl will make the motion. Carl will second that.
Call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferrara, aye. Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Okay, next order of business is the secret resolution, negative declaration of local law establishing zoning amendments protecting the environmentally constrained lands from development and consideration when determining density and minimum lot area. Whereas the final introductory local law titled Village of Monroe Environmentally Constrained Lands Law was introduced before the Board of Trustees of the Village of Monroe on January 2, 2024. And whereas the proposed local law implements recommendation P 21.1 of the 2023 Village of Monroe Comprehensive Plan, requiring that a portion of environmentally and legally constrained lands be deducted from various lot area calculations, and that all disturbance of such lands be avoided to the greatest extent practicable. And whereas the recommendation of P 21.1 was analyzed for environmental impacts as part of the seeker review for the comprehensive plan that was adopted in August of 2023. And whereas the village board caused Part 1, 2, and 3 of full environmental assessment form, FEAF, to be prepared by the village planner and analyzing the details of this local law to determine if any impacts may occur that were not anticipated by the earliest seeker review of the plan recommendation that this law implements. And whereas after due consideration of the potential environmental impacts identified in the FEAF, the Board of Trustees set forth a finding of no adverse impacts of the proposed local law. Now therefore be resolved that based upon the foregoing, the Board of Trustees of the Village of Monroe determines that this local law is intended to reduce the likelihood of impacts resulting from development of land in the vicinity of sensitive environmental resources and legally constrained lands, and therefore, the action will not have a significant adverse effect upon the environment, and an environmental impact statement will not be required. And be it further resolved that this negative declaration is issued pursuant to 6 NYCRR Part 617 of the implementation regulations pertaining to Articles 8 State Environmental Quality Review Act of the Environmental Conservation Law. The name of the action, or the title of the action, is the adoption of the local law. It's a secret status is unlisted. It is a condition negative declaration, no. Description of the action, seekers resolution adopting a negative declaration for the adoption of a local law, establishing zoning amendments, protecting environmentally constrained lands from development and consideration when determining density and minimum lot area. Location is here in the Village of Monroe. This local law shall take effect upon filing with the State of New York, or Secretary of State. I need a motion to accept the negative declaration as submitted.
Berenger will make the motion.
Second?
Carl will second.
Discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Okay, next order of business is the adoption of local law number 4 of 2024, the Village of Monroe environmentally constrained land laws. The Village of Monroe environmentally constrained land laws. Whereas an introductory local law titled Village of Monroe environmentally constrained land laws was introduced to the Board of Trustees in a workshop on January 2, 2024, and whereas upon duly notice published and posted, a hearing was held on said local law on January 16th of 2024, continuing on February 6th of 2024 and February 20th of 2024. Whereas public discussion was heard concerning the merits of said local law, and after hearing all those present wishing to speak and acknowledging written comments that had been received, the Board of Trustees declared the public hearing closed on February 20th of 2024. And whereas the local law was duly referred to the Orange County Planning Department pursuant to GML 239, which responded by letter dated January 2, 2024, identified the local law as a local determination. And whereas the local law was referred to the Village of Monroe Planning Board pursuant to Section 200-77, and comments were received by letter dated January 25, 2024. And whereas the Board of Trustees, as lead agency under seeker, determined that the local law was an unlisted action and issued a negative declaration on March 5, 2024, closing seeker. And now therefore be resolved that the adoption of the introductory local law titled Village of Monroe Environmentally Constrained Lands Law of the Village of Monroe is hereby adopted on March 5, 2024 as local law number 4 of 2024 as of the Village of Monroe. I need a motion to adopt this local law number 4.
Carl will make the motion.
Second, please.
O'Connor will second.
Discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
All right, so carried. Next order of business is payment in lieu of parking for the Somni Restaurant application, SBL 207-1-12. Resolution accepting payment in lieu of parking for Somni Restaurant. Whereas the owner of property located at 15 Lake Street, identified on the village tax map as SBL 207-1-15, that's a problem,
Is it not 15?
12, I believe.
Well, we'll correct that.
Right?
If
Okay.
it's not, if it's.
Well, let me just confirm. I'm pretty sure of it.
Everything I have says 12. And 12.
12, okay. So I'm going to read it that way.
Yeah, okay, fine.
So whereas the owner of the property located at 15 Lake Street, identified in the village tax map as SBL 207-1-12, applied for site plan and special use permit for the property as a restaurant known as Somni's Restaurant. And whereas the planning board determined that the restaurant use requires 26 on-site parking spaces, and whereas the property does not have the capacity to accommodate on-site parking, and whereas subdivision B of section 200-35 of the Village of Monroe zoning law authorizes the village board of trustees that they may waive the on-site parking requirements for a one-time payment in lieu of any and all on-site parking spaces required for a particular use as determined by the planning board. And whereas the Board of Trustees has established a fee schedule setting a fee of $625 per parking space for a payment in lieu of parking waiver. Now therefore be resolved, the Village Board of Trustees of the Village of Monroe hereby grants a one-time payment in lieu of parking to the property located at 15 Lake Street, identified in the village tax map as SBL 207-1-12, pursuant to section 200-35B of the Village of Monroe zoning law. And be it further resolved that the payment in lieu shall be $16,250 to be paid to the village with the final payment to be no later than and a condition of the issuing of a certificate of occupancy. Be it further resolved that this payment in lieu of parking is specific to the use of the property as a family restaurant, or as a restaurant, as finally approved by the planning board. Any change in use or expansion of the restaurant shall require the then owner to reapply for a payment in lieu of parking, at which time the village board may require an entirely new payment or may adjust the payment according to the new use or expanded use. I need a motion to accept this payment in lieu of parking.
Berenger will make the motion.
Ferraro, second.
Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Excuse me.
Discussion? Yeah, just, the payment in lieu of, that money, that $16,250 will be placed where? Are we looking to do some things over that way? Upgrade parking?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
So I just don't want to see this get tossed into the general fund and earn the fund balance.
Okay.
Should we not have an account set up? Yes, no?
I'm
I
not
mean,
sure
it's-
if there is in fact.
There may be a budget line.
Yeah, for some reason, I want to say that I believe that in fact there may be. Give me a second here.
Because if we're going to be looking to upgrade parking, this certainly, I'm thinking, would most likely, we'd use that to help offset some of the cost.
Just
The
think-
property owner is
Yep.
going to benefit by it. Yes?
Hang on a minute.
Yeah, I mean, it should be used for that purpose.
Like I said, we're taking the businessman's money, we've got to make sure we put it to good use.
Yeah. I would say at this time, I have to look deeper into this, but I believe that it would be, and if it needs to be, we will make a note to the treasurer. If we have to set up, we'll find out if there's a line that can be adopted for the funds, even if we have to create one.
Well, no,
Be towards the parking
But we have-
equipment that we're getting.
The what?
We have a line for the parking kiosks that we're getting,
Yeah, but that's different.
Kind of helped offset.
I just want to make sure that that money goes where it's going to be used
Yeah,
appropriately, not for something else, that's all.
no bigger parlors or anything like that. right?
No?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. I get it. So what do you want to do?
Contingent upon getting it into the proper,
I'd rather table it.
Contingent on what?
I don't know.
what do you want to table it?
Well, if I don't have a line to dump it in.
I don't think you need a line to dump it
It's
in.
only $16,000.
Well, it's not about that, it's about, yes.
I don't want to table it.
I think the point is, though, is that trustee Carl's position is that, hey, it goes into the general fund, okay? And then we're gonna go ahead and not appropriate it to that space. But that space is gonna require something in the neighborhood of about $500,000 worth of work.
I think if you have nowhere to put it specifically now, you can put it in the general fund and you can transfer it out.
Right, that's it, I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
I mean, I wouldn't table it. It's been a long time coming, and
No, I definitely agree, and it's conditioned, for a CO, so I don't think he's going to come in with a check tomorrow. I'm sure he wants to get going.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
You know,
I get it.
I
But
mean, you
it's
can
not due till the issuance of a CO. Has to be, we have to have it before CO's issued.
Right, which is fine.
The full amount,
Yeah.
yes. If
Full
you,
amount.
if you want to put something in the resolution that says the money to be used for upgrades to parking.
Downtown parking.
Upgrades, the money is to be used for upgrades to downtown parking. You can certainly do that and figure out exactly where to put it later.
Okay.
Term earmarked, earmark it.
Earmarked, that's fine.
Earmarked towards, yeah, that, no, I want to move this along.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
Okay, so we had a first and second, we had some discussion. Call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business, trustee Carl.
Yep. Whereas state law requires equipment no longer needed by a municipality be sold at fair market value after declaring it surplus and no longer needed. Now therefore, be it resolved, the Board of Trustees accepts the recommendation of Chief Water Plant Operator Ernie Mabey and declares the following equipment surplus to the needs of the village and authorizes it to be auctioned through Auctions International to the highest bidder. The equipment is as follows: a 2010 X-Mark Laser Z mower, 48-inch deck, 20 horsepower, model IZA 20KA X484, and I will put that in a form of a motion.
Second, please.
O'Connor will second.
Call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Next order of business is the authorization to sign the 2024 Ace Tent Amusement Corp. Agreement. The Board of Trustees has been presented with a contract from Ace Tent Amusement Corp., 59 Westmoreland Drive, Yonkers, New York, 10704, for the village's annual 2024 Carnival. The dates of the event are Thursday, August 1st, 2024, through Sunday, August 4th, 2024. The agreement states that there will be 14 to 16 rides furnished by Ace Tent Amusement, with ticket prices ranging as follows: $2 per ticket, 20 tickets for $25, 45 tickets for $50, and $30 wristbands per night for unlimited rides. Ace Tent Amusement will supply 100 posters promoting the event as well as 2 banners. Additionally, there will be a $100 per game donated to the Village of Monroe, and Ace Tent Amusement will supply the Village of Monroe with 40% of the gross receipts. Ace Tent Amusements will also include the following food trailers: cotton candy, ice cream, which they call the sweet trailer, funnel cake and zeppoli trailer, hot dogs, hamburgers, sausage, and pepper trailer. Ace Tent Amusements will also provide a $5 million insurance policy naming the Village of Monroe as additionally insured, as well as a copy of proof of workman's compensation. Ace Tent Amusements will also provide the porta sands, which is the porta potties, right? And a dumpster, as well as contribute, it says $4,600, but I negotiated $4,900 with the vendor, so we make a change there towards the security for the event. So further resolved, the Board of Trustees approves the 2024 contract and amendment provided by Ace Tent Amusements for the annual Village of Monroe Carnival to be held in Crane Park, August 1, 2024 through August 4, 2024. This says that Mayor Dwyer will be authorized to sign the contract. I need a motion to accept this contract.
Could I ask a question?
Please.
It seems like a lot of money, $4,900 they're contributing, and we're getting 40%. How much do we bring in?
We gotta-
Last year, we brought out,
We should get a motion and a second and
Yeah,
discussion
it's a discussion.
yeah, okay,
to do it.
Okay, sure.
Berenger will make the motion?
Ferraro, second.
okay,
Okay.
Discussion.
discussion.
Yeah, discussion.
So you asked,
Yeah,
how much did we make last year?
Yeah,
I don't know, I would say 39?
3,900,
Thousand.
1,000. We are,
South Take,
oh, wow,
yeah.
And that money goes into Crane Park,
yeah,
into the Crane Park Fund.
Mhm.
Even with the rain and
yeah,
we
Yeah, I
we
think the
lost
year
about
before
a
was like
day and a
34 or
half.
something.
wow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. The only question I have here at the bottom, it says it's a 2-year contract.
Yeah,
I just, you know,
I see that too, but, you know, one of the things that, that I've always taken with Roseanne from Ace is that she's always willing to negotiate everything. So whether it says 2 years, I mean, it's up to the board. If they want it to be 1 year, I'll take it out and make it 1 year. But we've established a great relationship with them. We make a lot of money. And as John just said, for 2.5 days, we made, I think, $39,000. And she doesn't squawk about anything. As a matter of fact, she gives the kids at Smith Clove Park a free afternoon on the rides.
Yeah.
Of course,
She
I have to
does.
break her arm to do it, but she's happy to, at the end of the day, to make the kids happy. And I think last year there was like 150 kids, 180 kids. What was the park last year? You know, this year?
No, I don't
There's a
know.
lot of kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of kids. So they're very good, so I don't, squeak and squawk. I mean, if the contract was mimicked to next year, as a second-year contract, I would think that we could work well into this.
I'm comfortable with her.
Yeah.
She seems fair.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
think
I
it's
mean,
gonna be-
I've got no issues. I'm just, a contract's a contract, and I'm just reading what it
Yeah.
says, that's all.
Yeah, no, I get it. So we're good with the 2-year contract,
I'm fine.
council?
Fine.
Yeah. Trustee O'Connor?
Oh, good.
Okay, trustee O'Connor, good?
Yes, yep.
Okay, good. All right.
Call it.
So, do we have first and second?
Yep.
Call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, I,
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business is the Monroe Lions Club Fishing Derby.
Yay.
Trustee Ferrara.
Okay. Resolved, the Board of Trustees approves the event application submitted by the Monroe Lions Club to host a fishing derby on the south side of Crane Park on Sunday, June 30th, 2024, from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. The application has been reviewed and approved by the Building Department, the DPW, and Police Department. The Monroe Police Department will monitor the area and provide assistance as needed at no additional cost. Monroe Fire District and Monroe Volunteer Ambulances will be notified, and I'll put that in the form of a motion.
Berenger will second.
Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Why do we have, I'm just noticing this, why do we have the Village of Monroe Summer Carnival? As a second,
Oh, because it's the event.
Because now we're approving the event.
oh, it's the event app,
The event application.
it's the event application.
We should have done that before we
Before we approve the contract.
approved the contract.
Yeah, okay, I'm looking at it, okay. Resolved, the Board of Trustees approves the event application submitted by Mayor Dwight for the annual Village of Monroe Summer Carnival 2024 to be held in North Crane Park from Thursday, November 1 to August 4. Sunday, hours of the carnival are as follows: August 1 and August 2nd from 6 to 11 p.m., August 3rd and August 4th from 2 to 11 p.m. Emergency services and marshal and Sterling will be copied on this approval letter. Sign off on the event application has been made by the DPW, Building, and Police Department. The Police Department will oversee the event with 2 police officers for event security and traffic assistance at an estimated cost of $4,312 for additional police services. I need a motion to accept this event as, application as written.
Berenger will make the motion.
Ferraro, second.
Discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Okay, next order of business is the event application for the Village of Monroe Summer Concert Series. Resolved, the Board of Trustees approves the event application submitted by Mayor Dwight for the 2024 Summer Concert Series to be held on the north side of Lake Street between the Mill Ponds on the following dates: June 8th, 22nd, 29th, July 3rd, July 13th, July 20th, and 27th. August 3rd, 10, 17, and 24 concerts begin at 7 p.m. and end at approximately 9 p.m. And in the case of rain, it will be held the following day, Sunday, beginning at 7 p.m. Emergency services and Marshall and Sterling will be copied on the approval letter. Sign off on the event application has been made by the DPW, Building Department, and Police Departments. The Police Department will provide a police officer to shut down Lake Street and provide event security on each concert date with an estimated cost of $1,694 for additional police services. I need a motion to accept this event application as submitted.
Carl will make that motion.
O'Connor will second.
Discussion?
Just a quick one. I thought we were going to try and hold the rain date during the week, since Sunday never seemed to work. I had that conversation with Pete. When you think about it, Chester's is during the week. Most of them are during the week. Ours is on a Saturday. And the rain date, we could make it on a Tuesday or Wednesday because most bands are booked already for the following day, but they're not booked during the week.
All right.
Well, just a
I
thought.
don't, yeah,
Want to try it?
I don't know if we can, some of them also might work during the week, but
There's evening, so
how do we, right.
it'd be 7 o'clock.
I
at
just
night.
meant, well, yeah, it's not late. I was
Yeah.
thinking of when they play out in the bars.
Yeah, exactly. It was just a thought, but They could, it'd be more of a guarantee that they'll be there to play. I know Bills to Pay couldn't do the rain date last year.
Well, maybe we could
The
approve it
next
and then
day.
maybe find out if, would that have been part of the conversation with the band when they were hired, that it was the, that they would do?
That's what they were told. But
Right,
I don't know if given the opportunity to come in on Tuesday and Wednesday, they would prefer it. I don't
See, if
think-
they've got being a club owner, if they got a chance to work on Sunday, a paid gig, they couldn't take it because now they're
Right.
locked into a rain date. But if you tell them, come Tuesday or Wednesday, that they probably say, yeah. Anyway, it was just a thought.
All right, and then the other problem is the stage.
Well, I thought that just sat
oh,
there.
yeah. No,
It's in and out.
No, it
That
gets
moves
What's
the-
in.
happening now is that thing's become so popular, I think we're gonna buy our own eventually.
Okay. I think we should put in our own eggshell,
Yeah.
put our own
Did you ever get a
permanent.
hold of Mayor DeStefano?
yeah,
We
no,
did.
we probably
Yeah.
should.
We should.
He's gonna tell us this week what he can do. It's actually one of his liaisons, John Bianchi. Really nice guy on the phone, and he's the guy.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And what will he do?
They're gonna see if they can help us out, because the county is really not, they're getting strapped with requests for the use of the stage. So they have one up at Middletown that actually is bigger, and doesn't have that thing in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of impedes the number of people on stage. So hopefully that may be a good opportunity to, and, you know.
Maybe that could be a
hopefully there's
nice
another opportunity to look
scout
at
project.
Getting our own, or getting the band shell. or
Maybe
something.
we could try to get like a scout project or something of,
What, building one?
yeah,
Oh, it never happened.
no, okay.
Scouts? I love you, but,
Could it be I don't know, is it hard to build a stage? I don't know.
yeah.
Okay,
Getting
maybe,
it- It's getting that commitment.
It's
It's such a
probably-
big, it's a big lift.
Harder than you think,
okay,
'cause you've gotta
maybe a
support all the
volunteer,
way.
a
I
volunteer
don't think that's
project.
considered a permanent structure, isn't it?
Yeah,
Which would be an issue in the park.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Actually, that's allowed by state law.
Oh, there you go.
What's that?
That permanent structure is allowed. Certain permanent structures are allowed. Restaurants are allowed, parking lots are allowed, libraries are allowed in state parks.
In state parks.
This isn't a
In
state
any,
park.
no, but any park that falls
Maybe
under
we
the
could get a
state's rules and
stage that's like those
regulations.
old-fashioned
I had a
carts that
conversation
can
with their
wheel out.
attorneys over the association of what we could do and can't do,
Okay,
and I cleared a lot of that up.
Okay.
you could adopt this subject to further conversations on the dates.
But let's just go ahead with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we had a first and second?
Yep.
Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business, event application for the MS Walk. Resolved, the Board of Trustees approves the request of the National MS Society, 733 Third Avenue, third floor, New York, 10017, to utilize the commuter parking lot on Mill Pond Parkway and the walking paths in Crane Park to host their annual walk on Sunday, June 9, 2024, from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Approval was given for setup on Saturday, June 8, 2024, from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Sign off on the event as made by the Building Department, Highway Department, and Police Department. There is no additional cost for police protection. The Monroe Police Department will assign an officer to monitor the vehicular and pedestrian traffic during the hours of the event. Proof of liability insurance has been provided. I need a motion to approve this event.
Berenger will make the motion.
Second,
Ferraro, second.
discussion?
Yes. Just one thing. When does our farmer's market start?
It starts that day.
So, I guess we got a little bit of coordination to do
It
to.
starts the week before, June 2nd. It starts the first
Right,
week
but
of
then
June.
the Sunday, next Sunday would be their event.
Their event,
They
and
usually do it off to the side, because they've done this before when the farmer's market is on.
Okay.
I think
I
we just
just-
have to look, I swear there was one event last year, I don't know which one it was, where there was like a porta potty left in the,
That was the color on it.
okay, it was the color, I'm sorry, I knew there was a porta potty left like between the sidewalk and the, I don't know, over near, right?
The color on it.
Okay,
They don't
sorry.
take care of it.
just want to make sure that we know we got two things going on there the same
It happened
day.
last year too, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because I remember, I think I said something new, they had set all the tents up the day before, and I thought, what's that over there? And then
Yeah.
you got the farmer's market was the next day, or they were
They
both.
set it up near that spot?
To the left, like, if
Uh-huh.
you're looking at it to the left, I believe.
Okay, so maybe our thing goes to the right that weekend?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
because they do this every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business, trustee Berenger.
Okay, be it resolved, the Board of Trustees approves an agreement with the County of Orange that authorizes the Village of Monroe Police Department to participate in the Stop DWI Traffic Safety Program for 1 year, beginning March 10th, 2024 through January 1st, 2025. The first period from March 10th, 2024 through June 1st, 2024, for a total not to exceed $5,219. Will be notified of the allotted funds, hours for subsequent enforcement, periods at a later date. It's further resolved, the Board of Trustees authorizes Mayor Dwyer to execute the agreement on behalf of the Village of Monroe, and I'd like to put this in the form of a motion.
Second, please.
Carl will second that.
Discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Okay. I don't have anything.
There was, what's this, there was another thing on the resolution introducing a local law title. Why is that on here?
All right,
It's the last one on the,
that's the one we just adopted.
it's all the way down, all right, okay, never mind.
Must be a-
Is this extra?
It must have been a boo-boo.
Yeah, it's this.
It was just an action.
Click, click.
Oh, it is.
Okay, click. All right, I have nothing. Any of the board have anything?
I have nothing.
I just wanted to remind our residents to just kind of pay closer attention to their, the speed. I've just been noticing a lot of speeding in my neighborhood, definitely, and just around the village.
Yeah.
Not just in Monroe, but everywhere that I drive, there's just been a lot of
I don't,
speeding.
you know, I don't mind the speeding so much. You know what I mind? While they're speeding. That's my problem. I can deal with the speeding if they're focused, but this here, that's a problem. So don't do it.
Yeah, I guess just being safer while we're
Right,
out driving.
cool.
Just-
Anything?
Nothing.
Yeah, a couple things. We got any budget workshops set up yet?
Yeah, we're trying to work on it now. I'm hoping that maybe either Friday or Monday, and I know it's last minute, so most likely it'll probably be Monday.
Okay,
Have
kiosk.
you met with your department?
I spoke with Ernie and told him to start getting his punch list together,
Okay.
everything that,
Okay. 'Cause I
Uh,
know, Marty, you've been doing your business, right?
With Anthony?
Anthony, right? Okay. And you've met with the PD, yes?
Talk to them, yeah.
anything on the kiosk?
Kiosk's gonna be here in 2 weeks.
Okay. All right. Garbage at the Plum House again, laying on the ground on village property.
Yep.
There was a couch there the other day. I don't know what happened.
It's still there, it's hiding.
Oh, okay, all right. And the other thing, and I know I had brought it up probably 2 years ago now, streamlining our event application. It's 14 pages. Remember that discussion? We talked about that. We're gonna,
I think Dory even brought that up back way. didn't she?
Probably, it's definitely overwhelming.
it's, yeah, I mean, 14 pages, is it really
I
necessary?
don't know, Council.
Look, I remember when I was first brought on board, we went through this, and that's when it ballooned to 14 pages. Everybody, remember that? Do you remember that?
What did it used
It
to
was
be?
very simple. It was like a couple pages, and all of a sudden, it was this
I thought
and
it was like
that.
18, and we took it down to 14. Oh, it was 2, and we brought it to 14?
Oh, let's
It was 2
bring it back
pages.
to 2, we'd save a lot of
Yeah,
It's a
paper.
very
Copy of the
litigious
original?
society we live in.
Well,
I find one here.
Could we just, one thing that might be helpful is, for instance, the carnival that's coming. Isn't there a way to just simply, remember what I told you last year? It holds true this year. You know, do we have to fill out a whole new
no,
14 pages?
well, I mean, the board can certainly winnow down the pages in the application, but
And then they would just,
you-
the attachments and stuff, they would
Pay
give
the
to us
insurance,
with
but
the
unless they're
application. But I mean, I think it's really, just going through it is very cumbersome.
Yeah.
It
Mhm.
really is.
Yeah.
it's a lot, but
Well,
Wow.
why don't you take it on and whittle it down and make a set of recommendations,
Mhm.
and give it to the clerk, and then she'll share your whittle. And
We can
then,
do that.
You want me to help you with that? It's up to you.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, Should take
I
a
never thought about it.
you know, a lot of it, it's, yeah, we
You
can
even
get
have
it
one
there.
there? I haven't, we have one here somewhere?
Well,
I know, I
mean,
know
just,
for the
look,
winter
you just
when it's a
go,
lot.
here you go, here's an
Yeah,
event,
fishing derby. No,
here's an event for the concert, it just goes on and on and
Concert one is
on.
14
I mean,
pages.
it's, check this, check that, you know, it's,
Go to your,
Go to that, go to that?
no, no,
No,
not your
no.
pictures.
No, okay.
Close that.
All right, now
Go
go
to
to
your Google, your drive.
the drive.
Where's your drive?
I don't know.
What do you do with your drive?
It's on the right bottom.
over here. Oh, oh, you had it.
Give me my paper, baby. Give me my paper. Oh, there's a drive right there. Okay, Now-
Close that,
close that.
yeah, and now look for.
Which one did you say? The
carnival,
concerts?
The carnival.
Well, what, anyone.
Carnival. All right, there's the
Or go-
carnival.
Yeah, now go through the carnival, or even the concerts, because you filled out the concert one. It goes forever.
All right, well, I think probably right here, for
What needs
instance,
to be on
we know what it is, so that
Figure it out.
you should put it in there, and that's it, right? So it should be done. And we want to know if you're going to offer anything, right? Okay, I think those two are pretty good.
We can get that. But while we're on the special events applications, on that fishing derby, they requested the $50 waiver be granted.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh, the Lions.
Yeah, we didn't,
The Lions Club.
usually we bring that up, and we didn't.
I didn't see it, yeah. All right,
It wasn't on the agenda.
so while we have open,
It's on your, if you look at your,
is it? Okay, that's on me.
that and the MS.
I must have missed that.
Okay, so,
Let me take a look. I'm really good at humility.
Well, the Lions Club is here, but the waiver isn't there.
It is. The Board of Trustees.
I gotta look for it.
Lions Club being a nonprofit organization.
Oh, all right. So let's do that right now,
Yes,
okay? Let's do that. Let's do that. We'll do that?
yes,
yeah,
Let's do it.
let's do it.
All right, we're gonna do it.
oh, yeah, it's underneath it.
Yeah,
Good?
yes.
Yeah,
Let's do it. Resolve the Board of Trustees waives the event application for the fees due to the Lions Club as they are a nonprofit organization. I need a motion to waive the application fee for the Lions Club.
Ferraro make the motion.
Second,
Carl will second.
discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. And the next one was
The MS Walk.
MS Walk.
Be it resolved, the Board of Trustees has waived the event application fee due to the National MS Society providing proof they are a 501c3, and I'd like to put that in the form of a motion.
Second,
Carl will second that.
call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Thank you very much. Okay, trustee O'Connor, you have anything?
No.
Okay. Counsel?
No.
Okay, public comment, sir. Please.
So, I was here 78 days ago.
78?
78,
Really?
yeah, 78. It was 51 days if you take out weekends and holidays. I looked it up.
And snow days?
No, they don't
No,
count.
that can't? Okay,
No, they can't.
all right.
Dial in now.
Yeah.
Well, most of us can.
Zoom in.
You can zoom in. In any event, back in December 19th, I was here asking about a new law that had just taken effect about a zoning change to my property.
Sure.
My home. At that time, Mayor Dwyer said this will be discussed with the planner at the next meeting scheduled in January to review the adopted comprehensive plan and local laws. That's what was in the minutes. Since then, we've had conversations about the discussions. They've been favorable, but there's still, as far as I can see now, there's no resolution yet.
Right,
It's been, a few months.
sure.
I'm looking for a resolution. I've just had to take my house off the market because I don't know how to market it. I've lost a potential sale because of this. It's a substantial amount of money. So I need to know if I'm marketing the house as a residence, am I marketing the house and the property, because they go together. My contention is that the law was initially proposed as a bulk zoning law. The actions subsequent within that law, if you read through it, have nothing to do with bulk zoning. In fact, today, just listening to your discussions earlier, for Somni and for the one before that, Law 4 or whatever it was before that, Those are the same, those are the kinds of things that bulk zoning addresses. And they're not one for one here exactly, but they're approximately the use of the land in proportion to whatever you're going to do with it, whether it's the placement of a building or anything. Has nothing to do with changing from residential, from commercial to residential. Further, if you look at it, the lot next to me, which is ours, is commercial. I have a house, the Barones, next to that, and then it's all commercial. The whole block is commercial. Mine was the only property that was changed. Well, I shouldn't say that. For some reason, you were able to carve out the length of commercial property that's owned by the Presbyterian Church for their driveway, coincidentally, just as long as my property. And you turn that to residential, except that they have commercial use. There's a school, and they have affairs there, and they have all kinds of meetings for other groups using it commercially. Across the street, you have another commercial piece of property that was also turned into residential, the former ambulance building. If you go on the county records, everything is still commercial. And I've been checking, I just checked it this afternoon, and everything is still listed as commercial on the county records, but not on the village records. I don't know if they've changed the zoning map up in the building department yet. You've created an illogical condition by having a commercial building lot, the empty lot, that's on an intersection. You have a grand scheme for how you're going to fix traffic or address the traffic that's problem in Monroe. That intersection of Carpenter Place and Mapes is one of those places that have to be addressed. Well, if both properties, I'm trying to sell them together, were both commercial, then one property could grant a lien to the other. But a residential property, can that grant a lien for a commercial use? To use it, otherwise you have to have a driveway in the middle of an intersection. So it's created an illogical condition that didn't exist before the law was created. And lastly, I was never notified about the change. And I thought that we're obligated to notify if there's a change in the characteristics of your property by the government. I was never notified. So where do we stand, folks?
Okay, so Steve, yeah, so we're gonna be moving forward as a board with that zoning change. We are going to look at some other opportunities as well. We have to speak with council on it. We're gonna do
I
that
understand.
tonight. And then tomorrow, I think I'm gonna have a pretty clear picture of where we are.
Okay, fair enough. And I mean, what I'm looking for is a roadmap, so I can go back to my
understand.
realtor and say, here's what the town is doing. You know, all I've told them is, we're in discussions, and they've been good discussions. So that's all a good thing. But I need a roadmap to say, here's what we're doing.
Sure.
Because, you know, as I said, it's been since December,
I understand, and I appreciate that.
okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, at this point, I'd like to go into executive session. I need a motion to go into executive session for attorney-client and personnel.
Berenger will make the motion.
Ferraro, second.
Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, I
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.